Some poignant, some humorous, and some disturbing final remarks from British icons. To avoid missing the one line that will stick with you tonight, watch through to the very finish. The public reports provided by friends, relatives, or the media serve as the basis for reported last words. The beloved character actor Simon Fisher-Becker is renowned for his humor and gentleness. His final words, according to reports, were, "All I have to say is, give fat people a chance." This was a gentle defense of dignity that reflected his life. The final words of Dame Maggie Smith, a stage and movie legend, were reported to be, "Stop that noise." She was witty and dry to the end. "I can't hear myself die," is a memorable, humorous, and furious remark that only she could deliver. Timothy West, a theater veteran whose existence revolved around boards and rehearsal spaces, is said to have said, "Where are you going? To rehearsals?" His head was still backstage even at the farewell. Robbie Coltrane, "I'll not be here, sadly," is the film's final feeling. He is a warm, huge spirit that will always be Hagrid in our hearts. However, Hagrid will, indeed, farewell legacy, unadulterated generosity. Brave, intelligent, and incredibly adored, Helen McCrory's final words were reportedly, "Don't be sad. Grace under the most difficult light. I've lived the life I wanted to." "Reiki, it's gone on too long," was Dame Diana Rigg's last recorded comments to her daughter. She was a commanding presence and a truth-teller to the end. "Push me over the edge. Unvarnished truth, intense affection." Our Bilbo, Ian Holm, a kind person, said goodbye. "I'm sorry I couldn't see you in person." A blessing from a lifetime traveler. I hope your adventures have taken you to many places and I miss you all. Sunshine Smile, large heart. Barbara Windsor's final words were, according to reports, "I just want everything to be good for you in your life." Others came first, even when saying goodbye. According to reports, John Hurt's final words were, "I can't say I worry about mortality. I'm optimistic because my treatment is going incredibly well. I'll be patient until the very end." Kenny Baker, the heart inside R2-D2, reported his final words to his mother, "I love you too, Mum." He was little, delicate, and ideal. Christopher Lee was a towering icon who lived with purpose and armor. His final words were reportedly, "Die with my boots on," which is a knight's exit. Love was the final word. Bob Hoskins, tough roles, delicate core, told his wife, You're the most beautiful girl in the world and I love you so much. Caroline John, a Doctor Who favorite, claimed to have said, "I want to be with Jesus," and she had a clear route and serene peace. "I always feared the tree would crash through the house and bury me beneath its weight," Deborah Kerr, who is calm and emotional, said of her last worry. Her imagination is still alive at the edge. Dignity is characterized by Sir John Mills, who is said to have said, "God, I leave it all to you. Amen. An open hand, a full life." James Booth, duty and love in one sentence, strength and tenacity, dying words, tell my mother I die for my country. The perennial mischievous Spike Milligan is said to have said, "I told you I was ill," and he laughed as brightly as a lamp in the dark. One final wink from a legendary storyteller, Richard Harris, rogue charm to the end, last words, "It was the food," according to reports. Everything else can wait, but the search for God cannot wait, and love one another, is George Harrison's famous final words. Harrison, the silent Beatle, prioritizes faith and love. Dry and modest, Sir Alec Guinness was believed to have said, "In short, the operation was all my fault and no questions asked." His disarming honesty was characteristic of him. Giant of the stage, Sir John Gielgud is said to have said, "One is helpless with fear." He was fearless in his truth, stating what most others would rather not. According to reports, Quentin Crisp's final words were a terrible poem that said, "You crawl out of your mother's womb, crawl across open country under fire, and drop into your grave." At curtain call, Dirk Bogarde reportedly said, "I've had a wonderful life," and he bowed. Bill Owen, Kumpo to millions, said, "I love you," his final words, demonstrating unadulterated affection. Bob Peck, calm intensity, a recollected thought, he had done everything he wanted, a serene, full farewell. Peter Cushing, the kind guy who created the monsters, is said to have said, "I shall be with her again," completing the circle of a love story. Dazzling, real, and human, Freddie Mercury's last words were reportedly a straightforward plea. Even celebrities die in ordinary situations, and it doesn't make them any less lovely. "I love" is Terry Thomas's supposed final words, an incomplete statement that sums up everything. Rex Harrison, wry and sharp, the actor remained in character till the very end. His last words were supposed to be, "Drop dead." "Good night, love" is said to have been Gordon Jackson's final words, which ended as a nighttime whisper. He was warm and steady. According to the last remark made by Laurence Olivier, the stage itself, "This isn't Hamlet, you know." Even at the very end, "Cheeky master, it's not meant to go into the bloody ear." The dying words of Graham Chapman, a fearless python, are supposed to be, "Sorry for saying a rude word." They are irreverent and somehow endearing. Known to have said, "Oh, what's the bloody point?" Kenneth Williams was a keen-witted man with a sharp mind. According to James Mason's Velvet Voice, his final thought was, "Every man has a grand idea of self-fulfillment, which inevitably he falls short of." He was straightforward, serene, and honest. Last words of Richard Burton, "She still fascinates me, love as a final anchor, thunder and silk." Tommy Cooper, On-Time Laughter. Final words, "Thank you, love." Quiet departure from a noisy existence. The final words of John Le Mesurier were believed to be, "It's all been rather lovely," and he bowed gently. David Niven, light till lights out, charm and ease. Last words reported, I'm feeling very happy. Master of suspense Alfred Hitchcock is said to have said, one never knows the ending. The last twist, phrased with elegance, is that one must die to know exactly what happens after death. Charlie Chaplin, comedy with grace. He responded, why not? To the priest's request for mercy. After all, it belongs to him, said Chaplin, who was modest, funny, and pure. Robertson, James a judge's final words are, my suspicions were indeed correct. Justice has a large voice and a commanding presence. Good night, darlings, was Noel Coward's supposed final words. See you tomorrow, is the most elegant curtain call. George Sanders, who was cool and commanding, is said to have said, Dear world, I am leaving because I am bored. I think I've lived long enough. Shocking, dramatic, and memorable. Leo G. Carroll, calm authority, one final steadying hand, final words, it's all right. Even at the end, Gladys Cooper's final words were poignant. If this is what viral pneumonia does to one, I really don't think I shall bother to have it again. Watch That Pigeon is Boris Karloff's supposed final words. It's weird, vibrant, and strangely tender. Wonder until the last blink. Music hall favorite Ada Reeve is said to have said, I'm grown up now, with a playful elegance at life's dying moment. Stan Laurel, a kind clown, is said to have said, I wish I was skiing, in a hushed, dreamy voice. Snow, light, peace. Bond's inventor, Ian Fleming, is said to have said, I am sorry to trouble you, chaps. He was courteous, fast, and extremely British. The grand old man of the stage, A. E. Matthews, is said to have said, Thank you, and God bless you. His old-world manners are impeccable. Edmund Gwenn, the ultimate masterclass in a single sentence, is said to have said, "Dying is easy. Comedy is difficult." He was Santa to many. Dylan Thomas, firebrand poet, last remarks about a record and 18 straight whiskeys. Brilliant flame, wild edge. Holmes's creator, Arthur Conan Doyle, once stated, "You are wonderful," which is the finest thing a great intellect could say when he looks at loved ones. The famous final words of Victorian theatre favorite Arthur Williams were, "I love you, man, and I am so proud of you." It was unadulterated love, loud and sincere. Write a heartfelt note to someone who supported you. Write a sentence that you would be pleased to leave behind. Make tea, hold a door, or extend a little forgiveness as one small act of kindness. If you were moved by any of the final words, please like this video as a silent homage, share it with a friend who enjoyed these tales, and leave a comment stating which farewell most affected you and what it motivates you to say to a loved one tonight.